I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut them off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son. Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Hey, welcome back to another Mossy Oak Turkey Season Live, Monday night free right here on the Mossy Oak GO App. Tell all your friends. If I sound excited, it's because I am. I love this stuff. Let's just jump right in.
The word obsession encompasses the mindset of everyone at Mossy Oak. We obsess over hiding from, chasing, and conserving the critters we pursue. In this episode, we listen to Mossy Oak's Cuz Strickland as he recounts his obsession with the wild turkey. This is The Obsessed.
Well, my dad was a lifer. My dad was 20 years in the military. Worked hard, we moved around a good bit, but what his passion was fishing. And I tell people all the time, he was the best fisherman I ever knew that didn't have a boat. But that being outside, it just flew all over me. I was just crazy about all of it. I got into archery when I was real young. We used to have archery tournaments over at Duncan Park in Natchez, Mississippi, and the recurve bow that they gave me to shoot was taller than I was, but you know, I loved that. And I, to this day, love the bow hunt. But turkeys, I don't know why turkeys flung all over me. I'd never been turkey hunting. My dad never been turkey hunting, never talked about turkey hunting. I didn't really know anybody that turkey hunted. The first person I heard about turkey hunting was our football coach at Natchez High, Ed Reed. So I started reading, and I can remember, clear as yesterday, I read this article about Ben Rogers-Lee, who was clearly the first superstar in the hunting world, was to me. But he talked about going to Texas turkey hunting, and he went to cross this barbed wire fence, and when he pushed the barbed wire down, it squeaked in a staple, and a turkey gobbled. And he supposedly called that turkey up sitting there squeaking that wire back and forth. And the more I read about that kind of stuff, I just got fascinated with it. So I bought a Lynch Jet Slate, I think it was called. It was a little square call, wasn't a pot call, and it had a square peg and you could scratch on it. And I joined my first hunting club, which was north of Natchez there, $60 a year. And I had to save, I couldn't tell you how long I saved that to get $60. Anyway, they had turkeys. And I'd hunted them a little bit in the national forest out there. That was frustrating. There wasn't a whole lot out there. And so I found some turkeys on this hunting club, and I can remember the first time I went, I had a turkey across a creek, and I would squeak on that Jet Slate, he'd gobble his brains out. And I called so much that my hand finally cramped like that. Had I known, all I'd have had to done was shut up and move down and cross that creek 100 yards down there, I could have killed him like that. But those kind of lessons, when you learn them yourself, they mean more to you. And I'm telling you, back then, there weren't hardly any people that turkey hunted, and the ones that did weren't willing to talk about it. You hear those kind of comments now and you laugh about it, and about people, you know, wiping turkey prints out, turkey tracks out in the mud. Well, that's exactly how it was. There was no information. There was no internet. There wasn't Facebook and all that. You couldn't get any information, so I like that. I like to try to figure it out myself. And pretty soon, I caught myself when I was bow hunting, as much as I loved it, looking for turkey sign, thinking about turkeys. It just kind of morphed into what it is. You know, I loved it so much, I ended up working in a sporting goods store. That's how I met Will Primos. We were, at the time, Will Primos was making mouth calls. The first thing you know, I'm filming turkey hunts for Primos game calls.
Hello, I'm Will with Primos. That small piece of footage you just saw is just a sampling of what you're going to see on this video. Ronnie, let's tell everybody about how hard it was to get some of this footage.
Well, you covered it first. You said it took a lot of luck. That's what it was. But we used a broadcast quality camera.
Nobody had any idea it would be that impactful. I certainly didn't. And I never did kind of stop and think, hey, I'm making a living, you know, filming turkey hunts. It was just kind of what we were doing. It was before the outdoor industry was an outdoor industry, but it was just kind of divine intervention, I think. You know, moving down the road, the first SHOT Show that Toxie Hayes and Bill Sugg went to from Mossy Oak was in New Orleans. And I was going anyway. I had been going to SHOT Shows, and there they were, Bill and Toxie. Had a booth up in the dark corner of this dungeon, and they had bottomland wrapped around this giant column, which was in their booth. And I'm telling you, I stopped 50 feet looking at that bottomland pattern. I went, holy cow, I'm gonna kill every turkey in the Homer to the National Forest with that stuff. So we went down there, and man, I said something about turkey hunting, and it was on. Because, you know, Toxie and Bill have been turkey hunting as long as I have. And what a blessing that was. I didn't know it, couldn't see it coming at the time. I always say Toxie Hayes and Will Primos were two of the most visionary people I've ever been around. And I'm convinced they were seeing a lot of this way back in the day. I wasn't. I was day to day trying to make a living, trying to do the best I could. Looking back, it's like I got to meet so many people. People ask me all the time, I'm going to speak tomorrow night at a big event, and I'm going to talk about my favorite turkey hunt, and I got lots. I mean, it's hard. You kind of keep your family out of that equation. Your grandkids. All my grandkids killed their first turkey when they were 5 years old. Now, how do you put that in words? You can't. You know, my wife, who wasn't a hunter, watching her kill her first turkey, how do you put that into words? Well, you can't. So when people ask me, what's your favorite turkey hunting, I always tell them about Ryan Welch. Mossy Oak got involved with this organization called Catch a Dream. They're an organization that'll take kids on consumptive sports if that's their wish. These are seriously ill, very ill kids, and if they want to go hunting or fishing, Catch a Dream is there for them. But anyway, they got it all kicked off, and they got a letter from this guy named Roger Welch, and his son Ryan, who I think at the time was 8, had just had a malignant brain tumor surgery. And he was stuck inside a lot, and he wanted to go hunting, turkey hunting with either me or Will Primos. Again, goes back to that Truth One. I'm assuming they had bought the video and he was laid up. Anyway, that was his wish. And they told me about that, and first off, I was shocked, because you think these little very ill kids want to go to Disneyland, or this kid wanted to go turkey hunting. So I called Toxie, he said, make it happen. That's the way Toxie rolls. He didn't ask me, make a budget, make a plan. He said, make it happen. And I said, I'm taking them to Texas. Remember, you gotta take your time and put that green bead right at the bottom of his neck. Let him come on, don't worry. Let him get a little closer. All right, don't touch the trigger, but get your finger up there. Don't touch the trigger. Can you see the side okay? All right, shoot the one on the left.
Yes! Oh my God! That is
Can you believe it?
No.
Ryan just smacked me. And I can tell you, I've never felt like that in my life. And it was just a 3-day hunt, but the fact that I was able to take him back to his dad and his little brother with a dead turkey like that, it meant the world. I've never felt like that on killing a turkey or having one killed or whatever. Oh, man. You know, turkey hunting is one of those things, if if you're in a room and nobody turkey hunts, or not many people, and you try to explain that activity to somebody, they laugh. They think it's funny. So I've always kind of been on a mission to explain to people what turkey hunting's really about. And it's the most epic thing. I tell people all the time, to me it's like better than going to Africa or anything else. There's so much to it. And I tell people all the time, you hear every conservation group, everybody that's concerned, we got to bring more people into this sport. And it's not a sport, it's an activity. As Gene Winslow said, it's not a sport, it's an instinct. We all have that hunting instinct. Turkey hunting is the perfect time to take somebody and introduce them to hunting and what goes along with hunting. Confidence, responsibility, stick-to-itness. There's a whole lot to turkey hunting. And it's the coolest thing about it is you can take, like I've enjoyed so much with my grandkids. I had girls, and I didn't necessarily want them to be great hunters, but I took them hunting a lot. And the reason I wanted them to go hunting is because I wanted them to know where food comes from. You know, it doesn't come from Kroger or Winn-Dixie. If you get protein, something died. And I want them to understand that. I also wanted them to be able to understand the lingo at the supper table. And of course, they've grown up hunting, and now they have husbands and families, and everybody hunts and they get it. So that mission was accomplished. But you can take a little kid hunting like that, and they can be so comfortable with you, and they just get it. It's the coolest hunt on the planet, and it's interacting back and forth with something that's way more wary than you are, and it's just the best time in the world to teach somebody. You know, I can remember my wife telling me, and this is before Mossy Oak and everything else, she would, because, you know, back in the day, it was a struggle, but we were both working, and I got in some tight spots at work from being late, you know, turkey hunting and being late. And she told me one time, she said, "You're just obsessed, you're over-obsessed." And it's true. And I'll tell people all the time, yes, I'm obsessed with turkey hunting, but more than that, I think the obsession just jumped all over me. It's just, at some point, it kind of becomes who you are, because it opens the conversations up, it does a lot. But like I'm saying, when you get to meet people like I've met, wounded veterans, and they will change your life, because you'll take guys in wheelchairs and they never complain, and guys with 2 prosthetics and they never complain. It's like, you'll hear somebody complaining about, I didn't hear a turkey, or that turkey was over across the lake, and I'm thinking, man, I just spent a week with 5 guys who didn't have legs. But you know what? They were obsessed. They were obsessed for that period of time with turkey hunting. Nothing does that more to people's spirit than turkey hunting. And to say I'm obsessed, that doesn't do it justice.
How do brands begin? What inspires their creation? At Mossy Oak, our inspiration leaves an indelible print and makes an unmistakable sound. The wild turkey is woven into every inch of Mossy Oak fabric ever created, from 1986 to today. Our inspiration began with one man's obsession with turkeys over 75 years ago, which he passed on to his family. His son created Mossy Oak to get closer to turkeys, and somehow along the way we created something so much bigger. Every spring when we enter the woods, we don't measure success by beards and spurs. Instead, we welcome the chance to tap back into what inspired us so many years ago. So, to the wild turkey, we thank you, and we'll see you this spring.
Don't you skin that truck! That's how you make it.
You were on him, so.
Thank you, brother.
That's number one.
Get it, man. That was fun. Crushed about 15 times in the last day and a half, so.
So I guess it's been a couple years ago that we made a decision at the call company to really heavily invest in the future of our turkey call business. And the first way that we tried to do that was with the Chasing Spring project. We put Brandon Pendergrass and Jeff Lovin on the road to film some awesome stuff and basically to hunt the entire turkey season. And we got some great footage and some great marketing collateral. And it was really fun to put a couple of really legit turkey hunters on the road using Rolling Thunder products, doing nothing but filming for Rolling Thunder. And then in 2020, we were really blessed to have the opportunity to hire Josh Grossenbacher. And Josh brought with him a whole bunch of different things, but significant increase in the quality and the consistency of our mouth call manufacturing. I mean, Josh is a machine, but he's also world class, builds the best Yelpers out there. And Josh brought with him just a super talented young man in Hunter Wallace. And so this year we came down to South Georgia to hunt with our friends at Jeb's, who have also been a huge part in just helping us grow our turkey brand. They've supported everything we've done from day one with the turkey side of stuff and the waterfowl side of stuff, but they're so big in turkey that their partnership with us in this kind of thing has just been so helpful to us. And so this year when we came to Hazelhurst, I got to bring the guys from Chasing Spring as well as Hunter Wallace to film for Rogue Hunts. And so it's pretty neat to kind of kick off the spring turkey season for me with my team of guys. I wish Josh could have been here with us and several of the others, but to be able to spend some time with Hunter and Pender and Lovey and the Jebs family, you know, the hunting was tough, but this has really been a cool trip and special for me to kind of see the investment that we made several years ago, not really knowing exactly where that would go, but the conscious decision to try to grow our turkey brand. Now we've started putting legs to it and it's really taken off. And so, yeah, this has been a cool week to hunt with all those guys. Really appreciate Bobby and Trey and their hospitality. Coming down here is, I mean, you couldn't put a price tag on what it's like to be entertained by these guys. Both the comedic side of Trey and his telling jokes, but also just the food and the farm. I mean, it's just a real privilege for us at Rolling Thunder to be partnered up and synergistic with a brand like Jeb's, and then to have the opportunity in the springtime to spend a few days down here hunting and continue to foster an awesome friendship.
I wish he'd have broke right in there, but I mean, hey.
Shit, I would have probably shot him 10 times before you did, but you were on him, so that a boy.
Thank you, brother.
That's number one.
Appreciate it, man. That was fun.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut 'em off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance. I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son.
So after we got back from Georgia, it happened to be opening weekend in Tennessee, and I was on these turkeys that Spence had told me about the week before during youth season, and coming back during the regular season opener, I was pumped to get after them. Friday night before the opener on Saturday morning, I eased back there, and I'd seen a longbeard standing right in the edge of the field, and I just kind of stood there and watched him for a while, and he happened to fly up right on the edge of the field. So with having them roosted and all, I knew that we were going to have to get in there really tight. So I had told Jason, the guy filming me the next day, that we had to get in there early. So we showed up at the place, probably it's a solid hour and a half before daylight. We eased our way in there, and I think we slipped within like 80 yards of this turkey, and we got set up, and it wasn't long at all, and he got to gobbling, and when they flew up last night, there were more in there, and I only saw this one longbeard. That was all I saw last night. I think so, but there's obviously that other gobbler right there. We slipped in here, and there's still turkeys all around us. He was roosted maybe 75 yards above us. Pitch out the field. Saw that Jake, and it was all over but the crime at that point. So after having such a tough hunt in Georgia the week prior, to go to Tennessee and right opening morning, right out the gate like that, just have an awesome hunt. The vocalization, the gobbling that morning was just incredible. And, it just played out to be a morning that I'll never forget.
Victory Outdoors. I love that name because it makes me get all pumped up. And sometimes turkey season is very humbling. Let's go see if we got a victory.
Welcome to this week's episode of Just Turkey. If you like fast-paced shows, this episode's for you. We've got a lot of kill shots. Sit back and enjoy.
So in 2019, I was having a hard time getting on Tom, so it was off to a rough start with, even before season, we had some bad storms come through, which knocked our turkey population down. So I knew it was going to be a rough year. I didn't know, we were just from scouting, I wasn't seeing as many turkeys as I thought I would be. So going into that year, I knew it was going to be tough to get on birds and we were going to have a hard time. So I went out there with low expectations, but high hopes. We were seeing this one hen, she had a really long beard, and I was going back and forth on whether I should shoot her or not. So I was texting Kurt and Ian while I was in the blind. She kept coming in and out of my decoys, and I didn't know what to do. I kept going back and forth. She had a really long beard, and I thought it'd be really cool to get one that had a beard. So I was texting them. They said, yeah, go ahead. So
Smoked her.
she came back into the decoys one more time, and I couldn't help but shoot her. So I got a hen with ended up being about a 9-inch beard. It's really cool. So my 2020 Nebraska season, my goal was to shoot a turkey with a bow that year. I had not done that in many years, so I had high hopes on getting one with a bow. I practiced a lot, got out there, set a blind up over a standing cornfield basically. And that day it was really cool. I could hear the turkeys in the morning, they were gobbling in the roost, and my expectation was that they would come down to where I was right away, down in the corn in the lower mowed field kind of, and they didn't. And I was getting frustrated, wasn't seeing anything, so about mid-morning I got out of the blind to stretch my legs out and was thinking about picking up and leaving, and I looked behind me and there was a whole flock of turkeys behind me. So as this flock of turkeys was coming from behind me, I kept peeking out the back window to see how close they were, and they were getting really close. As a matter of fact, I mean, they were 2 to 3 yards away outside the blind, and it was really neat to have that many turkeys around you, but I was so scared to move because they were so close. I didn't want to make any sounds and spook them. So I just sat as still as I could be as they worked around the edge of the blind to where I could actually see them. And the first ones to come through were jakes, nothing with a long beard, and then finally, after about 4 or 5 of them come through, here come a good long-bearded tom, and I was really excited. And he walked out actually in front of an apple tree that we had planted that had a cage around it, and I was waiting for him to clear that. And once he cleared all that, I was able to get my shot off.
expedition got it done. 10 yards, just smoked him. There was a bunch of toms behind me, and they just came. And there had to be 10, 15 toms and jakes all together. And I picked out one of the longest beard I could see and smoked him. First turkey of the year. Nice little tom. Couldn't believe it. Like I said, I was ready to pack up and go home. And this guy came right in front of me at about 10 yards. Couldn't ask for anything better.
After that hunt, I was super excited. I got one down. Couldn't believe it. His first year hunting with that bow and everything, so I was so excited. Then next up, I really wanted to get my son a turkey with his crossbow.
Well, we're all set up here, ready to go. It's Holden's first day out this season. He's going to try it with a crossbow today. I shot a turkey in this exact spot almost a week ago, so things should be good. It's a standing cornfield out in front of us. The turkeys seem to like to come into that right before they go up to roost, so we're going to see what we can do.
Finally, we had some turkeys come down into the cornfield, but we couldn't see them. And they were walking through the big corn, and we could hear them in there. And they worked in closer and closer. Finally, they were within range, but I couldn't get them on video and have my son in a spot where he could shoot from the blind. So I finally, after about 10 minutes of the two toms standing off to the side, strutting around, and not thinking they were going to come into decoys, I finally gave Holden the green light to shoot if he had an opportunity. He shot and smoked it, and it went flopping back into the corn a little ways. And I got my bow ready and thinking if another one steps out in front of me, I was going to be able to get a double, but it didn't work out that way. But Holden was super excited, got his first big game animal down with a crossbow.
Well, folks, couldn't be more proud. Holden shot his first turkey ever, and he did it with a crossbow. Made a great shot. Turkey was in the corn. I'm sorry I didn't get it on film, but they just hung up outside of view. But I thought we were gonna get a second bird because they kept fighting this one after he shot it, but that didn't work out, and the hens took off. So, but couldn't be more proud. What do you think, bud? Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope you all enjoyed it. Tune back next week, and we got another fabulous episode coming up.
At Mossy Oak, we firmly believe that to live your very best life, you need to get outside as often as possible. Everything Mossy Oak has ever done or will do has been in the effort to get people more connected with the outdoors. Now, how you do it is up to you, but we are always here to help. Mossy Oak wellness products are designed with that singular goal to help you get the most from all your moments outdoors. Hey, when you don't feel 100%, it's the outside parts of your life that suffer the most. An outdoor lifestyle is an active lifestyle, and our products are designed to help you feel better so you can get out there as much as possible for as long as possible. Mossy Oak Wellness. Feel better. Get outside.
Red, white, and blue heads, beards, and spurs. When he flies off the limb, I'm gonna rock his world. Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
Well, make sure mama's gun on, make sure your mama's gun on. My mama and your mama. Because if they miss and this gun ain't on, we in trouble.
a nice target you got there.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of discussion about my art and how I should make them into NFTs because it's so quality. Turkey beard, beak, these are no beards. But the one on the left, put it right in the center of the head, all right? Go ahead. Take your time.
Find the hole.
Lord. Yeah, that's at 30 yards. It's a 410, number 9, at 30 yards, and put it in the pie plate.
Oh, it's very good.
We just sighted our guns. Ashley and I got second season tags. So in the morning, we're gonna take her and her dad. He's never been on he's been turkey hunting one time. We didn't hear any gobbles, so she wants him to go with us. I think it'll be cool. So we're gonna go set up a couple blinds tonight where some birds have been. We're gonna have to put out 2 if Cash wants to go. You can see him outside that blind. And then we dialed in his gun, we dialed in Ashley's gun, we dialed in his gun. His gun was already dialed in, but we've been traveling with it, so I've been shooting it. So he's ready for Missouri on Monday morning. So we're dialed in. I'm gonna shoot a Magnum blend out of mine. Cash is gonna shoot this Heavy 18 TSF. My gun just always shot a little better with that blended pattern. We're gonna do that and go roost a couple here in just a minute. They should be gobbling. And I'm probably gonna go and put where we're gonna hunt. Go ahead and put the blind out. And maybe I don't know if my mom's gonna hunt more or not. So this is kind of the big weekend for our turkey season kickoffs. Just decided when we all wanted to buy tags and hunt, so that's the plan. And hopefully next time this camera cuts on, we've got one turkeys in front of us. Well, Ashley told me last night she wasn't going to go. She had too much to do, so I guess I'll get after her. I got a tag.
Still here. Gang's here. Gang's out here. Set up and get these decoys on that ridge. I want to be able to see them coming out in that. Heard more gobbling in 5 minutes than I have all year. And I done seen 5 turkeys die. It was hot when we were walking over here. The sun was cracking and the sun's got covered up by the clouds and it's gotten cooler and they quit gobbling. Hen came in, I thought she was clucking, but she may have been putting, kind of blew the whole deal, but I had to get up and pee. It might have cost me, but they had done quit gobbling. Can't sit here all day waiting on. I guess we could, but we don't want to. Got one gobbling across the road. He's a good ways away, but go try to get a little closer to him. I know I heard a turkey gobbling down in here where we're sitting. He was on this ridge and he wouldn't shut up. When we get back here, he won't gobble. It's hard to kill a non-gobbling turkey when you run to new gunning and you don't have a lot of patience. And this turkey won't gobble, so we're gonna go on to the next one. That's the secret weapon?
Yeah, we're gonna change it up right here, baby. We're changing it up. We just opened these quiet cats. We got our ones in Georgia a couple weeks ago. We just got these in Iowa, so me and Cal are gonna run a gun on them. Me and him hardly ever hunt just together. It's always, Cash or Paul or my dad, somebody. So this is a 2-man deal. 2-man, we got 2 bikes, but he's gonna sit right here because he's got gear and he said, I can't film if I'm driving, so this is all I'm taking. I got 1 hen decoy, my call peg, and my Benelli. Let's roll.
we're fine because they're not coming. But I'm about to get this behind that cedar tree. Probably right here, huh? Yeah, right down that way. I killed my buck right here. About 60 yards in that tree in front of us. We just was on the quiet cat, hopped off. Crow called, there's a bird about 100 yards. One, maybe two. Only brought a single lone hen, so I'm just gonna yelp a little bit and see if I can fire him up. Here they go. Man, I can see his tail fan. I can see his tail fan. They had no interest in strutting, showing off for this hen right here. They went over there and ran the other one off, and they strutted together for another 10 minutes and then left and went over that hill.
We got the ladies this morning, so they got out of bed and they're ready to go. It was raining about 4 o'clock and it slacked off, so her dad's not going though, so we'll change it up a little. If she don't want to hunt a blind, we don't have to, but we got a couple in some good spots, so see what she wants to do. We'll do
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yesterday I told Cole, I said, I know I'm forgetting something. About that time here y'all come, when I seen y'all come back in, I knew it was what I forgot, so. But anyway, hopefully this morning we won't forget nothing.
What was that? Right there. That one didn't sound too far.
Five.
Yeah.
Come, boys.
No, she got
down.
it. I didn't see her. She got it.
Right down.
Good job. You got him. I didn't know which one you was going to shoot. I thought you were going to shoot that to the right.
That one was the easiest one for me to get right there.
That was awesome. Nice job.
Oh, mate.
You made short order of that.
Well, we watched them come in, 5 of them, and they were just all of a sudden they started running, and then they kind of scattered and kind of hit the decoy several times, and I had to get the closest one I could get to the decoy that was blown. So I shot, and he went right down.
You shaking?
Yeah, I'm shaking.
You can go forward.
It's so nerve-wracking because you're afraid if you don't shoot, they're going to all take off. I've had them come in so many times and decide to leave. Especially when you said they don't like something. Well, pretty exciting. Come in 5 in a row like that, and boy, he went down, didn't he?
Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
All right, surely you're following Dave Howens on the Pinhoti project, one of the best pure turkey killers I've ever been. I was going to say that I've ever been around. I ain't been around him yet, but I'm going to put that on my bucket list. Let's go see what the Pinhoti project's up to.
Here we go, boy. Morning number 4.
Is it 4?
Is it 4?
4.
It is 4.
We're gonna hear one today?
Oh yeah, boy. I think you're gonna be hollering, you think?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they holler like they did yesterday. Hey man.
Yeah.
Parked in my spot.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It said VIP over there, and I whipped it on in there.
I tell you what, he made me spill my coffee on the way in.
I could use a little bit warmer.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Who got impatient? The little rascal over there, wasn't it?
You didn't fill it up with enough water.
We had to add cold water
you
to it.
blame everything on everyone else, and you never, ever.
Carolyn's been saying that for years.
Never,
never accept responsibility. Yep.
So what are you going to teach your kid?
Boys, I'm sorry. I messed up.
See how easy that is? It's perfect.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just do better next time. That one we heard yesterday was down in here. You thought I probably had them somewhere in here, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, no, 200 yards would be right in here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's another day in the swamps. We're slipping in. We heard 2 different turkeys yesterday. Neither one of them, both of them gobble about 3 or 4 times total, but we're going to try to split the difference and hopefully be able to get in position on either one of them, whichever one decides to gobble this morning. So right here and it forks, like right here. Don't let it fool you though, because it's angling like that. Okay. Man, that other one's letting a couple go too. He ain't that far. No, he's not that far. You
rolling. I swear I'm going to drum. If it wasn't for that pine tree, we should see that rascal. There's that turkey on the ground behind us. I seen him. He just flapped his wing in that tree and I caught it. He's probably getting ready to come out. Yeah, I got him pegged. Straight to the left of that black stick up. Now I'm gonna put my barrel right on him. He's straight down the pipe, right up. You can't see him for some pine trees, but I caught him when he stretched his wings. Straight up, straight down my barrel. You'll see him come out. That's not him in the upper tree up there. He's below that black thing. That looks like him, but it's not. That joker's gonna land in that road. That turkey behind us is on the ground already, boss. He's starting to hit it a little bit today. I'm telling you, if I ain't mistaken, the turkey on the ground's already on the road behind us. Oh, that's what I'm saying a minute ago. It sounded like he was on the ground. This turkey's not scared of him. Squirrel. Oh, this turkey behind us sounds like it's getting closer. The squirrel will light him up for me. Get a chance to spin around. You know, the biggest thing that you can't do in a situation like this, don't shoot ever. Don't ask her on the straight tequila night, you know it. That's right. Don't you do it. She gets to thinking about him. She's ready to fight. Don't want to mess with her when she's thinking about him. Come on down. We hadn't heard from this turkey behind us in a second. That makes me nervous. You'll know if you hear a gun go off. Yeah. Can you tell which way he's facing? I think he's facing straight at us. Maybe here to the right. I can't see him now. I just heard him drum. Was that him? I heard him drum. I've been thinking I was hearing him drumming for the whole time. Somebody ain't this turkey behind us. Behind us? If it was that turkey behind us, we finna hear a shot. Yep, he's right over our left shoulder. You see him? No, but I just heard him butt. Oh, yeah.
turkey butted. It sounded like it was right behind you. Straight off my left shoulder, kind of about 10 yards. What? 20 yards, yeah. About 8 o'clock. I knew that drum was closer than this turkey. And I caught myself off guard. I couldn't tell where it come from. You're drumming now? No, earlier. Oh, yeah. I hear drumming right now. This is that turkey on the limb. Of course, I thought I'd been hearing him drum all morning. The turkey just flew down to the right. Well, he just flew down right there. Man, probably. I can sail away, didn't he? Do what? I can sail down pretty hard away, didn't he? I couldn't tell which way. I just noticed to the left. Damn, that ain't good. I feel like everything went to crap when this turkey came putting over our left shoulder. I knew he heard this turkey butt because he slayed down on his goblin. Yeah. And he picked it back up a little bit. Yeah. It was such a soft, just almost like you could barely hear it. That gobbler came up right up behind us, wasn't it? Why didn't you kill him? You heard him drumming? Yeah. I wonder if he saw you back your back. He saw you moving. He ain't seen me. He saw you going for a Pop-Tart. Yeah, I was going for beef jerky. Did you see? No, I didn't dare move. I heard boom, and I said, oh, crap. He was coming up the road, didn't he? Yeah, he was coming, sounded like it. We were sitting here, I said, once they started going back and forth with each other, I said, I bet you he's coming up here now. Why wouldn't you point it that way then? We were for sure thinking we were fixing to hear a gunshot. I said, if he makes it, we're going to hear a gunshot. He walked right up here behind us. Fine-footed turkey. Fine-footed. I know. He turned around right there and came right back in here. Look at that. I mean, even we were covered. No, Dave was sticking out behind the right of that palmetto. I wasn't sticking out. Ain't no way. Well, here's the situation. After we heard him go. Oh, that one's closer, man. He's working this way. Come on, let's go get in the head. Let's discuss this while we're sitting there waiting on this one to get here. Come on, boys. This way. I didn't spin that way. I was laid in and I didn't know I was going to move when he started gobbling good. Because that's exactly what I thought. I said, I guarantee this son of a monk is going to come up and eat this one. Yeah. It's going to be a mess right here. Yeah, it was. Yeah. When I heard him put, I thought maybe it's going to be some shotgun blast follow that. I couldn't turn. Well, we're still on the hunt. We got this turkey that's gobbled a handful of times. This big dome behind us, and we're working this way, so we're trying to make a big loop. Kind of get where we think he wants to be, because I'm not so sure that he's going to be we're not going to be able to manipulate him very well, especially after Judd just hit him with that glass call. Probably send him into the next county. That's fresh. That's a big gobbler.
Got a few LBs on it.
Probably got an 18-inch spread, Pope and Young.
Yeah. White, bone white.
Mm-hmm. There's two of them.
Yep.
I'm glad we got some turkey for the last couple of days because it looks like we'd be going hungry today. That's all right. We got a couple in the cooler. We'll go back and fry one up. I bet big guy there could use a couple nuggets. What you bet?
I bet.
We got him some honey mustard at the store the other day. What you think, bull?
I can already smell it hitting that oil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got that old cast iron, brought it way back here in the sticks. We might as well use it. Ain't that right, bull?
That's right. Order of operations. Y'all want me filleting? Somebody who's gonna batter. You've always been battered, so you can batter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Fry Daddy over here on the
Mm-hmm. That's right, bull. What do you do with them turkeys you kill, squirrel?
We eat them.
We put them in bread and dunk them in oil like any southerner would. That's right. What a wild turkey there is never going to leave the swamps that he was raised in, is he?
How do brands begin? What inspires their creation? At Mossy Oak, our inspiration leaves an indelible print and makes an unmistakable sound. The wild turkey is woven into every inch of Mossy Oak fabric ever created, from 1986 to today. Our inspiration began with one man's obsession with turkeys over 75 years ago, which he passed on to his family. His son created Mossy Oak to get closer to turkeys, and somehow along the way we created something so much bigger. Every spring when we enter the woods, we don't measure success by beards and spurs. Instead, we welcome the chance to tap back into what inspired us so many years ago. So, to the wild turkey, we thank you, and we'll see you this spring.
All right, I'm going to try in the short form to explain the difference in turkey quiet and just quiet. Because when you take somebody turkey hunting who's never been turkey hunting, but they're a hunter, they don't understand turkey quiet. Turkey quiet means dead silence, or as Tom Kelly says, you stand like a statue and turn your whole body into one ear. That's what turkey quiet is. Turkey quiet is parking 300 yards away from where you're going to start your walk into the woods instead of pulling up there and easing into your tree stand. Turkey quiet is keeping your feet still while you're standing in the gravel road instead of moving around so you can't hear any muffles. There is a big, big difference in quiet and turkey quiet. All right, I don't know what the destination is this week, but we're about to go visit with Drury Outdoors and the Avian-X Turkey Tour. Let's go check that out.
Here we go with this, our 7th installment in the Avian-X Turkey Tour. In this particular show, we're staying in the Show Me State. We have 3 different hunts. First with yours truly, then Kyle Robinson, then my favorite hunting partner, Taylor. All 3 hunts require different tactics, but the end result is gobblers in your face. Let's go turkey hunting.
Yesterday, Perry came in and listened and heard a couple birds back here, so I'm gonna call from back here so we got a chance to set up.
I was striking with the brand new final roost call from HS, and we could hear a bird at the back end of the property about where Perry had heard one on the roost the previous day. The bird was still off of this ridge and quite a little distance from this field, but we felt like this was the best place to call him in, so we popped up a muddy blind, put out the decoys, and went to work on him.
We're gonna try and call this bird in here midday.
Not uncommon for birds that you've been striking from a distance. Suddenly when they hear that hen close in their roundhouse, they'll commit and come on in. Now, we just hope they would work those decoys and give us that footage we love. We always try to get our Avian set up to get the awesome point of view footage. And it's something we strive for and we pride ourselves in. We want the best, cleanest, in-your-face turkey footage we can get, and we set up for this moment that you're about to see. Let's go take a look at that big boy. How much fun was that, guys?
That was good. Check that out.
The turkey tour rolls on here in Missouri, and what a great day. We went and we struck birds with the final roost call. It's a brand new sycamore pot, aluminum, that's got this new anodizing on it. Just an awesome feel to the call, great sound. And then these two come in, and I mean, they put on a show. This poor Avian-X HDR Jake takes a beating. We had him and the hen out, literally so lifelike. You can tell as soon as they saw it, they locked in, and I mean, they were on a string. It was just phenomenal. So here we are in Missouri, a great installment here on the tour. Exciting times here in Missouri. Beautiful bluebird day there in northern Missouri. Final roost call in hand, and we strike another one at quite a distance, so we headed out trying to get a little bit closer. The bird hits the final roost call again, and before long, we finally saw him across the way. This bird's probably 500-600 yards away still at this point. He's on the opposing ridge, so we have to get off of the ridge we're on, get behind it, and then head around to where these two ridges come together. It's just amazing to me how many turkeys we strike at a distance with that final roost, man. It's extremely realistic, extremely high pitched, and probably the best handheld friction call I've ever ran.
Good to go. Bird's coming. We got the decoy set out. I've got a trophy tom with me. I'm gonna sneak up to this edge about 200 yards and show these gobblers on this next field the fan. We can't get there because of the terrain, but if I can get them coming, I'll drop back. I'm gonna sneak out to this field, out in front of those guys and show them the fan.
Mark's out there calling and fanning. We've got one hot gobbler over the side of this hill. We've got a couple decoys set out in front of us. Me, Barry, and Wade are the pop-up line. Coon dog's sitting behind us, so we're hoping that he shows up.
All right. Hopefully this works. I just showed him the fan up there on that edge. Now I'm gonna get back down here behind the blind. Dog's gonna drop back here and yelp. I'm gonna get in behind the blind. Got him. Do I need to yelp? Yeah.
It sounds like this truck is in our back pocket when in reality it was just a clear day and the wind was blowing that highway noise to us from a distance of well over 400 or 500 yards. I don't know why it sounds so close, because it's really not.
He turned and he's coming. There's a jig behind him, I think. Yeah. Just follow him now, guy, all the way in. Just follow him in the scope.
That a girl. Did I get him? Did I get him? That was fun.
He came a long ways. Yeah, he did.
He did. He walked all the way out saw these decoys and came in, heard Mark's calling, coon dog's calling. Heck yeah, he had a nice beard on him, I could see that much.
I'll head out.
Yeah, let's go check him out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at his head.
Good job. You didn't really do a thing. Well, what an incredible hunt this morning with these great group of guys.
It was fun.
Oh man, we spotted this gobbler from 500 or 600 yards away and made a big move on him, and it paid off.
It did. It was a team effort though, really. I mean, everybody had a role to play and everybody executed the plan. We did something we don't do a lot, set up back, went ahead, fan got their attention, then I moved back, got in with you guys and yelped him down in the decoy. So it was a different tactic, but he came. We really was a trophy tom, the Avian HDR Jake, and the lay down hen. It was a combo of all three, which we don't get that very often.
Just an awesome hunt. Congratulations, Kyle.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming with me. It was awesome.
Fun stuff. Mad Dog on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mad
Dog! The more I hunt, the more That's one thing about turkeys. You take cold fronts, they're great for deer. You get these southerly winds, the warm days, those are the days you kill turkeys. South winds for turkeys, north winds for deer.
All right, Taylor's up to bat. We're headed to one of our favorite farms, and just inside the gate, well before we get to where we normally hunt, Wade spots a fan out in this field, and we're able to back out.
Why am I getting lower in my seat? It's like instinct. I don't think he saw you.
No, all I seen was his tips.
Facing away.
Move back up there.
All right.
I'm getting this one.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, we're walking in. We saw this bird visually. Got out of there real quick, and we're gonna try and set up these cedars up here and see if Dad can't maybe show him the fan and get him to cross over. But fingers crossed, it's midday now, so we only got about an hour and a half before it closes here in Missouri.
Luckily, the bird was quite a ways back this ridge, so it allowed us to get off the back side of the ridge, work around some 300 or 400 yards to where we thought he might be, set up against these cedars, and then the plan was I was going to move forward looking through that trophy tom and the fan until I could spot them, and then try to fan them coming to the top of the ridge and drop back. I think he sees him. I think he sees him.
Must be coming.
I went to the top of the ridge, kept peeking through the fan, and then finally I could just see the tops of their backs down on the back side of that ridge. Once I showed them the fan, that's all they could see, are the tips of the fan. They started coming immediately. It's right at the right side of those cedars. There There he comes. Two of them.
Got it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. How about that for a turkey hunt?
That was fun.
Literally right in our face.
Did you see him too?
Oh yeah, I watched him. Yeah, it was epic.
It's unloaded.
All of a sudden it went from one head to four heads real quick in my scope.
Yeah, we went from clean, gonna kill this big old turkey, then mass state of confusion.
Yeah.
You smashed him.
Boom. All right, we just closed out yet another Lady Luck show here on the Avian-X turkey tour. Kyle killed yesterday morning. We just got done with this bird and an awesome hunt. And how much fun are we having up here?
I'm telling you, I mean, I like the deer hunt, but I always say I love the turkey hunt. How's everybody else feel about turkey right now?
Oh, number one. I love it.
Heck
Kyle,
yeah.
are you having a good season?
Oh my gosh, the best. Having so much fun. Yeah, like she said, I killed yesterday, she killed today, got it done. I appreciate you letting me tag along. It was a fun, fun hunt.
70 degrees, sunshine, turkey camp. You just cannot beat it here.
Trophy toms, and we had 3, they had 4. They outnumbered us, and here they came.
Yep. Oh yeah.
DeerCast is giving you the chance to hunt with Mark and Terry Drury. Head over to deercast.com to enter.
There's a chance that'll maybe stay.
With several out-of-state hunts under our belt, it's exciting to get back to our familiar stomping grounds in our home state of Missouri. Anticipation is always high as we set the stage for the 3-week season to come.
Here comes the bully group, all 4 of them. Some hens just dropped out in the field too, they're pushing them. They're getting ready to take off and run at us. It's opening day here in Missouri, and we got tight on the roost. This morning, picture perfect. Had 6 different gobblers fly down right here in the field, but just didn't want to play.
4-pack has been really aggressive, and they actually acted like they were going to come in fast, and then they decided to go after the hens instead. They're still running around right out here in front of us, so who knows, if the sun comes up, it may change their mood a little bit. I roosted this gobbler last night. He's still in the tree as far as we know. Just up in the timber here above us, so they love hanging out. Oh, here he comes. They love hanging out in this hidden field. Let's see if he pitches out here. I heard him fly. I'm gonna wait for him to go. Oh, there he is, right there on the edge. Yep. He's coming though, pretty quick. That's over. Cool. Obviously he saw us. Oh, that was so close. He came in perfect. It was hot. It was all, ready to fight and everything. And just came out of his skin at 30 yards. Must have seen us, I don't know. And now he's been sitting in that timber just gobbling nonstop for the past 20 minutes. It is day 4 of Missouri season. So far it's been tough. The birds just have not decoyed well and cooperated. We've been all over them, but just have not been able to get a shot. We switched properties this morning, hunted some fresh birds, and they stayed in the tree forever, but they just flew down. And they're on the end of this food plot down here strutting and running around, so they usually will make their way up. This is all clover here in front of us. So they'll usually make their way up here through it throughout the day, and they've been pretty regular, so hopefully these ones will act right, be aggressive. The gobblers are running Jake around over there, so that's a good sign. He's coming, Brandon. That is how they're supposed to do it. Oh man, we have been, it seems bad saying this because it's only the 4th day of season, but we have been hunting our butts off. And I've had birds that just didn't want to cooperate. And finally got one in the right mood, committed to the decoy, got aggressive, beat it up, exactly what you want. The other gobblers over there still, I was wondering where he never came. I was expecting them to come in together. Oh man, that was one heck of a hunt. Old wet birds. It's funny, man, we were joking. It's just, we've been hunting hard, just have not had any luck. And it's not just me, but like our whole group of dudes. We're just struggling to get birds to cooperate and act right. And just, we were joking, we're like, well, it's been like perfect weather, perfect scenario, everything. Maybe tomorrow will be better because it's been rained all the afternoon yesterday. And cloudy, so usually not when the birds are acting right, but for whatever reason, it worked this morning. This is a good bird, man. He's got nice spurs on him. I know for a fact this is a 2-year-old bird because on this farm there was only 2 jakes last year, and they both survived and were gobblers this year. So there's another gobbler and another jake, and we would have swapped and shot that other gobbler if we were wanting to take another bird off this property, but I think we're going to leave it alone. Let them breed the rest of the year and hopefully get the turkey numbers back up. But really cool hunt this morning. Love it when a plan comes together and love it when they fight like that. My heart was pounding. That's awesome.
There are so many things that I love about turkey season. The early mornings watching the woods come alive, the camaraderie and time spent with friends and family. But maybe most of all is the fact that every hunt seems to be unique and different in its own way. Having hunted these birds most of my life, I'm still learning and experiencing new things, and that's what keeps me coming back year after year.
Here comes the big bull. Get you. Oh, they're gonna get you. You mess with the bull, you get the horn.
At Mossy Oak, we firmly believe that to live your very best life, you need to get outside as often as possible. Everything Mossy Oak has ever done or will do has been in the effort to get people more connected with the outdoors. Now, how you do it is up to you, but we are always here to help. Mossy Oak wellness products are designed with that singular goal to help you get the most from all of your moments outdoors. Hey, when you don't feel 100%, it's the outside parts of your life that suffer the most. An outdoor lifestyle is an active lifestyle, and our products are designed to help you feel better so you can get out there as much as possible for as long as possible. Mossy Oak Wellness. Feel better. Get outside.
I'm a run and gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut them off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance. I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son.
March 15, 2019, the night before opening day of turkey season for me. So many emotions are going through my head. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep after a long day of travel. There's a million excuses why I shouldn't go today, but you only get so many opening days in your life, and each one brings back the same emotions that the first one did. You know, every day is a blessing. Time to make this one count. My name is Omar Crispy Avila. I am 33 years old. I was an Army infantry soldier, and I am from Brownsville, Texas.
How'd you get the nickname Crispy?
I got the nickname Crispy by a friend of mine. When I was injured, I actually went back to a welcome back ceremony, and it was a fellow friend of mine who had been injured, and we were sitting down, and you know, he heard what had happened to me, and he had lost his eyesight. He couldn't see, and he's like, "I heard what happened to you." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I got pretty badly burned." And he goes, No, you're Crispy. So after high school, just like thousands of other guys, you know, I was a sophomore in high school, and 9/11 happened, and it had such a big impact in my life that right then and there I decided I wanted to join, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to go fight. So it was always in the back of my head. I had opportunities to go play football at a collegiate level, but I didn't feel it in my heart. I felt like I needed to serve, and I felt like that was my calling. So right after high school, I joined the Army, and I became an infantryman. So May 14, 2007, I rolled out of the gates just like any other day. Before I rolled out, I used to say a quick prayer. And that day we were running a little bit behind. We needed to get on the road and start patrolling. And I didn't take the couple of minutes to say the prayer that I always did. And it was a 5-vehicle convoy. I was in the 3rd vehicle that day. And around 6 in the morning, the last vehicle got hit with a small IED. It was such a small IED, the only thing that it did to the vehicle was blow out the spare tire. And around 7:30 in the morning, the first 2 vehicles started getting engaged from the left-hand side. So what happened, they couldn't turn on that street because they had already passed it. And me being the 3rd vehicle, we turned on that street immediately. You know, they were shooting at us at that point. I can hear the bullets hitting all over the Humvee. I was the gunner that day, pulling that trigger, aiming at them, and ended up killing 3 enemy combatives. And as all that was going on, the last 2 vehicles came back into the convoy, being the last 2. And as soon as that happened, we started getting engaged again from the left-hand side. So, you know, we started making our way towards pretty much the oncoming bullets. And as we do that, I remember going over a bump. And I'm trying to process in my head that this bump should not be there. And as I was doing that, an IED goes off. A vehicle went up about 5 feet in the air. This is a 1-ton vehicle. Vehicle comes back down, hits the ground, and my legs give out. And I remember falling down from the gunner's hatch into the back seat of the passenger, and that's where Specialist Harkey was sitting. The IED was so strong that it killed him on the spot. And I remember looking to my left-hand side, and I saw the doors open. Specialist Catterton, which is the driver, jumped out on flames. And so did Sergeant Fleming, who was right behind me on the left-hand side. And it was so fast, yet so slow as they were running across on fire. Fortunately enough, somebody put them down and put them out with a fire extinguisher. So what had happened was the IED hit the gas tank. There was diesel everywhere, and everything caught on fire. As all this is going on, I remember Sergeant Campos was the truck commander. It was a TC. And he reached over and grabbed my leg, and he's like, get out, you need to get out. I looked at him and I said, no, man, I'm done. And at that point, I was trying to make peace with God, because at this point, we had lost about 14 guys. Right then and there, that something came over my body. There was this just energy that came over my body, and till today, I credit God 100%, because there was a voice in my ear that said, not today, this is not where you die, get up. Well, at that moment, I told myself, I got to get out of here. There's no way that I'm going to make it in here. So as a gunner, you're always taught to jump, to get out of the hatch, and from the rooftop, jump to where the motor is at, and then on the ground. Well, I couldn't do that, because if I would have done that, I would have gone down with the engine, and I would have died right then and there. So I said, all right, I'm going to jump to the side. And so I jumped to the side and I was on flame. So when I jumped to the sides, my body was already pretty badly burned. So when I hit the ground, I broke both of my legs, of the femurs. That moment, another soldier ran by me, and it was Staff Sergeant Nunez. And he looked down at me and he's like, "Are you alive?" And I remember looking at him and I was like, "I think so." And he's like, "All right, man, I gotta pick you up and I gotta take you to the next Humvee so we can start working on you." So about 2 minutes later, medic jumps in the Humvee on the on the right-hand side and starts working on me. To top it off, the driver that we had was a brand new driver. It was his first day in combat. And I said, "You know how to get back?" He goes, "No, Sergeant, I have no idea." And I said, "Okay." So I kept my composure and I gave him the directions on how to get back. Once we got back to the compound, they opened the doors, we rolled in, and the medics started working on us. They pulled us all out. All I remember is telling all the other guys, "You guys, we're going home, relax, we're gonna be fine." They were able to fly us to Germany to launch to the hospital there, and then from there we flew to San Antonio Brooke Army Medical Center, which is one of the best hospitals in the world for burns. Got wounded May 14th and May 16th. I was in San Antonio, running through the doors to start getting treated there. So as a result of it, I sustained 75% burns to the body, 3rd and 4th degree, and I lost my right leg below the knee. And the first 3 months that I was in San Antonio, I was in a medical-induced coma. By the time I woke up 3 months later, I had about 30 surgeries. So I spent about a year in the hospital doing recoveries and surgeries and whatnot, and finally was able to move out of the hospital into my own apartment. Yeah, so one of the biggest therapeutic things for me was messing around with my bow. Growing up, I was never a bow hunter. It was, I always put it to the side. I wasn't really interested in it. Until one day I was at a buddy's shop in Austin, Texas, and I picked up a bow, and I was very hesitant. I didn't want to injure myself or injure somebody else around me because of my hands. I wasn't comfortable enough to grip a bow. Finally went hunting, and I found it to be one of the most therapeutic things that could have ever helped me, because hunting and then bow hunting is it's one of those things that takes so much practice into it. You got to be out at the range every single day. You got to make sure you make a great ethical shot. So you got to practice all the time to make sure you do everything right. And that in a way kept my mind busy, keeps my mind busy. Everything shuts off in the world at that point. I found that to be amazing, because sometimes you deal with going to the VA or getting a new prosthetic or, just scheduling another surgery. There's things that you don't want to do, but you got to get done, and you're able to shut that off. And I'm able to do it with every time I go bow hunting or shoot my bow. Whether it be practicing with my bow or turkey hunting, I love it all. It's what helps me every day.
Chris, my brother, man, he's always there. He's always motivated. He's always got a high spirit. Small town that we come from, a lot of people look up to him. Like, what he went through. I was in high school when, that happened to him, and the whole school knew him. And yeah, it hit home, so.
I guess I've learned to appreciate every single day, because looking back at the day when I was injured, I thought that was my last day. And now every day that I get to wake up and do what I do, it's just a blessing. And it's so special because we're not promised tomorrow. And as cliche as it may sound, we aren't promised tomorrow. And I want to make sure that I just push myself every single day and continue to do what I do and appreciate, you know, all the beautiful things that God gives us every single day.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
All right, got some clips coming up from Spur season. How cool does that sound? Hooks.
Rope-a-dope right there, son. Look at that thing, boy.
First morning in Indiana, we found a bird.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Changing Seasons. This week's show we got Eric Richards on a hot Georgia bird. Then we got Josh Bernard and his son Hunter. They come to visit me in Indiana. I can't wait for y'all to see it.
There is another bird down for spur season. This is Chandler's first in Georgia this year. And we've worked for him pretty hard. We've been over here 3 or 4 times. Sometimes he'd be in this road, sometimes he'd be in the woods. They wouldn't really act right. But we knew that they'd been coming in here about between 3 and 5:30 every evening. So we just set up the Avians. They've been dust bowling right back here. There's a dust spot they've been dust bowling in, and we had a hen come out and she was out there dust bowling. And I told Chandler, I said, I see his fan. I could see it through the woods right there. And he come out and he looked at the decoys, but he wasn't really wanting to come all the way to him, I guess because he had that big dominant hen right there with him. So Chandler started trying to shoot at him, and his gun kept not shooting. He's got an automatic, and he checked it when we sat down. I guess didn't slam it forward enough, so you can probably hear it on the video, it clicking and popping, and then he tried to put another round in it, clicked it and popped it, and it still wouldn't go. So I threw him my gun, and he shot it at, what is that, 60? 55? 55, 60 yards. TSS shot, and Indian Creek choke tube laid a whopping on him.
Well, here it is, Wednesday, April 22nd. Me and Matt, sun hunters on the way to Indiana. Season just opened up there this morning. Headed to Mike's farm. I think a couple guys may have killed a few birds this morning, but we should be there in about an hour and a half or so. Hope to get down here and maybe roost a bird tonight. Already pretty much know that we're going to be hunting in the rain. Probably going to set a ground blind up tonight. Hunt out of it tomorrow morning and go from there. Hunt tomorrow and Friday, then head back home, but hopefully knock a couple birds down. Spur season in Indiana, we're headed that way. We'll see if we can make it happen. Well, here it is, Thursday, April 23rd, here in Indiana with Matt, my sun hunter. It's about 10 after 6. Just got settled in the blind. I'll see you here in a minute, see if we can't get one fired up. It's supposed to rain pretty good today, but right now it's barely drizzling. It's really calm, so songbird's already up. We get things going here in Indiana. Hopefully we can put a couple on the ground, so just stay with us. We'll see what happens.
There it goes again.
I knows we're here. Yep.
Is there? I see it walking right there.
He's gobbling his head off now. That bird's getting closer. He's gobbling his head off. I see him. There's a big bird. Another one.
He's on
He's got one too. That's him gobbling. I've seen one video.
Yeah, he just got one.
They're heaping it sound right now.
Yes,
I see him got one now. He's gonna come, let him come. See how far he'll walk a little bit. Well, it's just a little bit after 10 o'clock. You see on video, we had one come in, trying to lay him work to the decoys. Might probably could have shot him there about 45 or 50 yards, probably, but just hoping he'd come into the decoys, but end up working away from us. One up here with some hens on the hill, but still got a couple hens out in front of us. The rain settled in now. Right now, he's about probably 350, 400 yards away from us over there feeding out in the pasture. But with this rain, we're just going to settle in here in this blind and see if we can't wait them out, see if they can't work back this way. But
one hen came down back there behind us. Way back.
Let's see.
Coming in a herd out through here.
Hey, put your phone up, bud. They're coming.
That one's coming in the back. Come across.
Which one was you? I will tell you. Just be ready.
Get your gun shouldered.
Get your gun up.
No, I ain't gonna be able to hold it.
You can lay it down on the blind. No, grip that thing out there. Don't hold it like you grip it.
Rest like it.
It's like that. No, don't move it.
Don't move. Keep your hands where there's a long beard right there. Yeah. Really? You kill one of them, Jake. Hold on. I'll get the long beard. Come on, Matt. Hold on. Hold on. Don't run him off. Yep. I don't see him. Hey, wrong beard. Run over there on Far Hill. Chase him off. Dog, are you kidding me? You kidding me?
Poor James.
Come right up behind us. Give him Jack to run him back. Yep. They're right there. No. Push it off. Push it off.
It is.
Get your finger away from it.
They all have small beards.
Jake. Better kill one. Kill one. Hold on. There's two places together. Shoot that back one. Hold on. Put the one in front. Hold on. Don't shoot. Shoot that back one. Shoot that back one.
Nailed him, baby.
Stay here.
Oh, man. Hang on.
No, stay here. We're not getting out yet. Can't believe that freaking long beard got away. He was right here, man. He was right here? Yeah, he was right here when I seen him. Oh, you're all right. I told you there's gonna be one coming up in behind us like that.
Those cows didn't move.
Freaking Jake's ran him out of here.
Poor Jake's.
I can't believe he didn't gobble or something. Let us know he was here.
Try to come
If Hunter
inside.
could have seen him sooner, Hunter could have shot that long beard right here at 10 yards.
He was there right there.
Yeah, he was right there.
Didn't have my gun. I didn't know he was there.
I didn't either. I just seen him walk into the frame. I didn't have my gun up yet. That was crazy right there. There's Jake. Well, here it is, about 11:30. Just got back in the blind. Hunter just shot a Jake. Had 4 Jakes come in, and while we was working those, had a long beard come in silent behind us, pop out right up here and try to get mad on it, but they cut up. Those Jakes come in and ended up running him off, and ended up calling those Jakes back, and Hunter ended up killing one of those. But when Hunter got back in the blind, it started raining pretty good. Didn't want to get the camera wet. The bird ain't much to look at anyway, but we're gonna hang in here. We got at least 3 longbeards in here. We got one up here on the far hill right now, about 350 yards away. I'm probably staying here all day. We're pretty dry in this blind, even though it's raining, but we're hoping these birds will work back this way. We know they roost over here on this ridge, but just stay with us. Hunter got it done. Indiana, it's the second bird this week, so hopefully me and Mike can get on some birds in the morning, or maybe put one down this afternoon. So just stay with us and we'll see what happens.
What a great show that was. Tune in next week on Mossy Oak GO App and check us out.
Rare breed hunting coming up next, and I don't have to remind you that if you're a turkey hunter, you're a rare breed, and we'll go into that later.
Every spot that a turkey can make a track on this ranch, there's a track in it.
We got to Texas early this morning, around 5:30.
So welcome to the fire.
And that jib's
Bottom land from head to toe.
I killed one this morning.
That's good.
What do we walk? 13 miles a day?
Yeah, it did some walking. He did less than 10 minutes and he was flopping right here.
I've been waiting for this moment, the final battle of the chosen.
Texas, where do I start? For me and Tom, going to Texas means we would be missing the opening weekend of Alabama season and the opening weekend of Georgia season for him, which is a tough pill to swallow for us. But we wanted all of us to get together and hunt some, and we were meeting Cody over there, so we decided to make the trip, and I'm glad we did. We had a good time. It had some highs and some lows. So Tom picks me up on Thursday. I leave my truck at my uncle's house off the interstate here in Alabama, and I hop in the truck with him and Drew, and we just made the decision just to drive through the night. That night drive is a brutal drive. But you know, good thing about driving at night, you don't have to worry about traffic or any of that. But I was asleep probably half the drive, so I can't complain too much. So we get to Texas Friday morning around 5:30. Cody's already there. Bring all our stuff in. Everybody's introducing themselves to everybody. We're hunting with All Seasons Guide Service. Jimbo and Mike, they got the turkeys, believe me. Me and a buddy of mine actually hunted with them 2 years ago and had a fantastic weekend. So me personally, I was itching to get back and hunt with them. Cody's hunted and known them for years and has had great success, over the past 4 or 5 years. So we get in, unpack, and catch a little small nap, and decide to get up and see if we can find some turkeys for the next day. And boy, did we find them. So we did all that for a while and decided to go get a little bite to eat. Everybody was a little hungry, so went to a little barbecue place down the road, and that's where things kind of went south for me. So we ride around a little bit longer and decided to get back to the house and shoot the guns, get all the camera stuff ready for the next day. And we got to Texas early this morning, around 5:30. So we hadn't had a chance to shoot our guns. I'm shooting the new Retay with a Jeb's 650 Constriction with the new Rogue number 9 tungsten. We're about to see how it does. All right, here we go. Fire no.
How's that feel?
It pinned my arm up next to this daggum.
It always hurts when you ain't shooting at a turkey.
Really just enjoy the weather. I mean, the weather was absolutely perfect for an opener. And really just kind of killing time, waiting for the afternoon to progress, getting a little bit closer to fly up. Me and Cody and Mike and Chad decided to go see if we can kind of pinpoint that flock that we had seen that morning.
Is there a house in South Texas? Is there coyotes in South Texas? There they went.
So we put the turkeys to bed. We get back to the house. Everybody's starting to get a little hungry. So we get the fire going. Mike's got an open grill, got steaks, pork chops, anything you could think of cooking. And for some reason, I'm just, of loss of appetite. Like, I am not feeling too good and really can't figure out what's wrong. So everybody's kind of getting ready for bed, and by this point, I am not feeling good at all. And I'm just kind of hoping and praying that it goes away, or at least I can get some relief, because if at this rate, I'm not going to be making it in the morning. So I was up all night sick. 4:45 rolls around, everybody's getting up. Everybody, it's game day. It's opening day of turkey season, and I am not in good shape. And for a turkey hunter, you don't miss opening day. And for me not being able to go, I have to be on my deathbed, and that's pretty much what I felt like. So the guys set out. I end up sitting out, trying to at least sleep it off. And when I woke up to Snapchats, text, videos of what looks to be the most unbelievable turkey hunt that I've ever seen.
I'm on those far at the decoys.
on the left. That's the one I'm on. The one that's pecking him right now. Any of those three that's around the decoy. I'm on them all right now. Shoot that one on the left. Yeah. I'm on them, Tom. I'm on them, Tom. I'm on them. No. I'm on all three of them. Good shot.
Dude, that was the craziest hunt I've ever been on in my life. I ain't never been out of Georgia. We ain't got that many turkeys in the state of Georgia. What was it, 100?
At least. I can't count that high.
20 gobblers lit within gun range of us. And it was still kind of dark. We waited as long as we could. Golly. Oh, Hunter Lewis, you missed one of a lifetime, huh?
I hate Hunter missed that one.
Dude, they don't get no better than that. Drew shot first, like he shot his with a cannon.
Feathers everywhere.
Daggone, man. Cody, I appreciate you,
glad
dog.
y'all old ladies let y'all lead the state of Georgia.
Yeah, man. We owe you. Chad, appreciate you, buddy.
Yes,
Let
sir.
us shoot first. We drove 19 hours on Thursday and Friday morning and got here. Did some scouting yesterday, seen a bunch of turkeys. Hunter which was supposed to be the main cameraman, he got some food poison or stomach virus or something. We tried
So if the footage ain't no good, y'all can put that on me.
Nah, it's got to be good. I mean, we had 100 turkeys pitched down within 40 yards of us. Unreal. Oh man, we here with all season guide service. They got the turkeys. Mike and Jimbo. Y'all give them a call. We'll put up a number or a name at the end, and for sure they got the birds.
How do brands begin? What inspires their creation? At Mossy Oak, our inspiration leaves an indelible print and makes an unmistakable sound. The wild turkey is woven into every inch of Mossy Oak fabric ever created, from 1986 to today. Our inspiration began with one man's obsession with turkeys over 75 years ago, which he passed on to his family. His son created Mossy Oak to get closer to turkeys, and somehow along the way we created something so much bigger. Every spring when we enter the woods, we don't measure success by beards and spurs. Instead, we welcome the chance to tap back into what inspired us so many years ago. So, to the wild turkey, we thank you, and we'll see you this spring.
Well, sadly, we're at the end. One more Mossy Oak turkey season live. Done deal, in the can. But guess what? Next Monday night, 7 o'clock, we'll be right back here on Mossy Oak turkey season, live only on the Mossy Oak GO app. Go get it.